Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Laureline action figure from Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets by NECA. I am a huge fan of Laureline and Valerian's costume design, so having action figures and good action figures of these designs, awesome. I think the sculpt and the overall, like what NECA's done here is just pretty much fantastic. It's a perfect design of what the costumes are, or like a perfect sculpt of what they should be. You just see all the details in the legwork, even the little black section behind the knees. Even this little fabric wrinkling right here on the back of the thighs is really good compared to the more solid pieces on the back. And man, some of these solid pieces on the back look freaking awesome. Just look at that. Even these little fabric pads back there underneath the hair. The silver paint on the sort of like metally rivety parts, the red and white lines there, even just the weathering on the belt. Really, really strong stuff. All the gack on the belt reads really, really well. The textures, like the black textures versus like the silver parts, the black straps, really, really strong stuff here. You can even see some of the details at the edge of the collar there, and the neck, and just the little kind of coppery red paint there. Copper paint on the side of the arms too. The work on the arms looks really, really good. Even just the simple positioning of the hands and fingers reads natural. This turned out awesome. This is one of the best sculpts I've seen from NECA in a while, so that makes me pretty happy. Articulation on this is pretty strong. We got some soft kind of rubbery things right there on the shoulder. They're not hard plastic, and they're so loose that they do allow you to move the arms up a bit, and I think more than you're able to move Valerian's arms, so that's nice. Articulation on this is really solid. You got the ball socketed arms, the same basic approach for the elbows and the ankles and the knees. I often kind of call them like a ball hinge, or a hinge swivel, but you know, it's a ball is a hinge and it can rotate, so it's like a ball joint. Good range of motion at the legs. Actually, great range of motion at the legs. They don't have, there's like a full cut going up at the waist, so there is no like sort of male front rubbery piece that limits how far the legs can kind of go forward or back, and there is a mid-torso cut below the bust, kind of right at the ribs, so that's nice, but it doesn't break up like the symmetry of the design. It's a very, very, all the articulation on this is really clean and does not break the sculpt, which is great. And then we got to get to the head, which does look like, you know, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Cara something or other. Delevingne, it's Frenchy, but yeah, good sculpt. It certainly reads like her. I'm going to try to move this light because you do get a little shadow because of her hair. The sculpt is fantastic. They did a great job with her lips and her nose, the eyebrows, the sculpt of her eyes. You can see her eyes are a little uneven. That left eye is looking up and to the left, but the hair kind of blocks that, so it's not that noticeable. You know, sometimes, you know, tons and tons of figures are produced and not all the eyeballs are going to be perfect, but this is better than most, and again the hair kind of covers that up. But the likeness, that sculpt likeness, it's pretty darn impressive. The eyebrows and eye paint, again, they really did a good job with her lips and all that, and the hair really hangs the way her hair should hang. It's well sculpted. I like the way they handled the blonde but with a little bit of brown. Really solid stuff. There's two accessories here. There is her little blaster, and also her space utility knife. Yeah, really good sculpt, considering how little it is, and the separation between black and white paint is very nice. The gun fits into the holster really easily. It's made like soft rubber, but still, the gun stays in really good. Articulation on this figure really does allow you to get her into some pretty good standard action poses. None of the articulation is too stiff or restrictive. All the points move well. The hinged swiveling wrists that kind of hinge inward really do help with like gun placement. You know, this is a really solid figure. I'm really just overall satisfied with how it turned out. I'm pretty stoked. Really, really strong sculpt, both in the body and the face. Paint's really clean all over. I love it. If you're interested in seeing reviews of the other figures in this series, be sure to come back to or just subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all of that stuff.